Okay, so I'm about halfway down on one side, and the area I'm gonna hit next is this kind of back stuff. Turn my head so you can see. So I've come down all the way down this side and kind of at an angle to the back. And what I want to make sure I do is get all this section. So the way I do that is I simply draw a line like up towards my center part in the back, and then do those layers just like I did the front. So flip it over, add a layer of henna, smear it across, and then do another part. You'll see the hair back there is a lot longer, but a little bit thinner than the hair in the front, and it doesn't need much. Okay, I'm resorting to using my hands now because I can't see with the fork, but I can feel what I'm doing with my hands. And I'm trying just to move it, you know, from the center part and up and blend it over the hair. It's not a precise science. Sort of like anywhere the henna touches is gonna get some color. So I just lifted that last hair up, smeared down like that, and then smeared up from the bottom. I'll save this area to do when I get the rest of my head done. So now you can see why I added a clip. This half of my head has all been hennaed. So what I'm gonna do now is just twist this up. So it's gonna hang around while I work on the other side. So pretty. All right, so again, I'm gonna just draw a part. Make sure my hair's not tucked behind my ear. And make sure that little section in there is really well covered. Because this is the top of your head, this is the area you're gonna notice any lack of coverage. So I always go a little thicker up here. That way I make sure that, you know, the part of my hair that shows most of the time has a really good layer of henna. Nice rich deposit of color there. I think I said before, I was told anyway, and I'm not a chemist, that you know, your hair follicle is protein based, and that henna is also protein based color. So rather than just dye, which sticks on top of your hair follicle and lays there until it washes away or gets lighter, also because hair color processes your hair, it lifts color and tries to deposit at the same time. That's why you get uneven results, and that's why sometimes when if you've ever dyed your hair red, you'll notice when you go in, the stuff near your roots right after it's processed is really like coppery fluorescent, and sometimes doesn't match the rest of the hair if you're just getting a touch-up. I hate that. I want my hair to match, even if it's a natural, you know, fade from having darker roots to lighter ends. I think it looks better on me anyway than the way it used to look when I actually had my hair colored. So I'm just leaving you on for this part as I work my way down the side of my head. You can see I'm just making a part, flipping it over, filling the gap with some henna. It's really gushy. Feels like mud. If you don't like messy things, you would hate this process. I kind of like messy. Especially because of the after effects. I don't know what you call that. The after effects are so delicious. I love the way my hair smells after I've done henna. I love the way it looks. I love the color. I love going out in the sun. You know, it's that happy, like, yay, new hair. Oh, look at that nice big pimple right there. All right. As I'm going, I'm kind of smearing it up into the rest of the hair. That'll help me later when I want to spread the color around a little bit. Okay, so now we're in that back part area. Just layering it on towards the center part in the back. I have a pretty decent amount of henna left, so I'm going to be able to cover my ends nicely too, since it's been a while. I don't do my ends every time. I tend to just kind of pull it through a little ways. Excuse me. That is not from the henna, that is from the remnants of my beautiful cold. All right. So now, like I said, maybe there's somebody hanging around back there. Who's that? Oh, that's her from the other side. Now that I have got my whole scalp covered, I'm going to go back to this bottom area where those little hairs are and just make sure I get the whole hairline. I don't see that part of your head very often, but if you've got enough left, it's good to get some coverage. Look, little pieces falling off. Okay, so now all my hair is up at the top of my head. Let me untwist the one side so you can see. This is the first side we did. This is the second side. So now I'm going to take a little bit extra henna and just kind of smoosh it into the longer hairs. Again, this is not a precise science. It kind of just goes by feel. What it feels like though is that your head is completely glopped up. You have tons of henna on your scalp and all the hairs and all those parts you made. And this stuff, this longer strands, has some coverage, but not a lot. So I just take the leftover henna and like just literally just smoosh it down to the ends. Sometimes all the way. Use my hair to wipe my gloves. Look at that. Yummy. Squeeze it all out. And then when I feel like I've got it pretty well covered, this is the fun part. Even wipe out the bowl with my hair. Why waste it, right? I'd rather have the henna on my head than down the drain. It's not bad for your hair. It's just picking up that little extra bit of color out of the bowl. All right, bowl's pretty clean. Head's pretty messy. Now, next job. I twist the whole shebang up like some Who down in Whoville. Kind of bury the coated hair. Check my hairline. Make sure I've got good coverage on the hairline because that's the first part anybody's going to see. And I've even stuck henna on my eyebrows. It doesn't really show up much. It does lend sort of a coppery tint to your eyebrows. Okay, we're good. Now, you're wondering, have I made a horrible, hideous mess in my bathroom? Not too bad. I will show you. It is, the bowl's in the sink. Let me grab this. Woo. Bowl's in the sink. There's a little bit on the counter. This is the point. Ooh. When I tend to run the sink, take off my gloves, and clean everything up. Because I don't want to touch my new clean bio bag to put on my head with these hands. So, take the gloves off, inside out. Look at that, clean hands. Clean up the sink. And then, a washcloth. Just a little water, wipe it all down. Just bumped the stand. I probably have some henna on my ears. I usually do. Oh, there's some right there on my neck. So for that, clearly it doesn't stain that badly. It has to sit for a couple hours to actually change your hair color. Make sure I don't really have too much on my neck, forehead, because it will leave kind of an orange line wherever it touches your skin. Okay, so last step, let me angle this a little better. Last step, I take my beautiful bio bag and stick it over my head. Ooh, it's so pretty. What a lovely shade of green. You can tell this whole process is super glamorous. Ooh, push all the air out. You can see the henna is kind of sticking to the bag. That's good. We want it to stick to the bag. We don't want it to stick all over our towels or our clothes, because I'm going to spend the next 2 hours like this. I've even gone to the grocery store like this. Here's my little head towel. Bloop, bloop, bloop. The reason I do this is because I like the henna to stay warm on my head for at least an hour. It seems to process better. I get better color when I leave it covered than when I leave it uncovered. Also, you can go about your business. Go do your laundry, go watch Outlander, go do whatever for 2 hours or more. They say after 2 hours, henna doesn't really process much further. 2 hours is the minimum for me. I like a deep, rich color. I don't want just a little highlight. I would say the longest I've left my henna is probably like 4.5 hours, when I just didn't get a chance to take a shower. So the next thing I'll say, I'm probably not going to film this part, but in 2 hours or 2.5 hours or 3 hours, I'm going to get in the shower. Now, you're thinking about all this stuff on your head and going, ugh, it's so gross, it's going to be all over the shower. Yeah, it is, but it's a plant, and it's just going to wash down your drain. So you can get in the shower, take your towel off before you get in the shower, take off your little bio bag, and then just hop in the shower and let the water run on your goopy gloppy head for like 5 minutes, and then start to rook your fingers through your hair and let it wash out to the ends. After I feel like I've gotten most of the flaky stuff out of my hair, I'll shampoo, rinse that, and then put in a rich conditioner. I use Aveda because it's also a protein-based conditioner, so it all works together. And then once you have conditioner in your hair, then you can take a brush and just brush through your wet hair while it has conditioner in it to get the last little pieces of henna out. There will be some little bits and flakes from the plant stuck in your hair. You can also wait and just condition your hair, rinse it, dry it, and then brush it through if that's what you prefer. Or if you have curly hair, I don't even know how to manage curly hair. That's a whole other mystery. But that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.